Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the recently released trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, which came out yesterday. Obviously, Zack Snyder had been kind of hyping it up for the past few days, leading up to Valentine's Day, which is when they released it. By releasing little clips, sort of. They're little,
10, 20-second clips.
And this trailer came out yesterday, and it was pretty good. I thought. I didn't think it was bad.
It was okay. I think it was what we expected.
I think it was mainly just like a mashup of the scenes that we saw in those little preview clips, and then with a few other extra scenes in there, and then obviously one part at the end, which we'll talk about in a bit, I guess. But the trailer overall it was good. I think it's probably the best trailer we've seen for any of the Justice League movies, like any version of this movie. It's better than the first trailer in my opinion. It's better than any of the trailers they released for the Justice League or whatever the hell you want to call the original cut of the movie. That's the 6 million different nicknames that movie has. But it was good. I thought it was fun to watch. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it was fun because that's one thing I'm a little bit scared of. Is it doesn't look like it looks like Zack Snyder's going back to his. I mean, which should be expected. Obviously, he's going back to the whole dark and gloomy. None of this is going to be fun, even though we're dealing with people who dress up as bats and fly around beating up monsters. It seems like he's taking it very seriously, and which is good from a certain point of view, but I feel like there should be some fun in there, especially with Superman. Like, you didn't even see Superman smile once on this trailer.
I don't think we're going to see Superman be good at all. Like, not properly anyway. Especially because of my theory, but which we'll get into at the end a little bit before we end off. But let's just go over the trailer a bit.
Go on.
I've got it in front of me. So we start, I think this is the BVS death scene, isn't it?
When Superman's been stabbed by Doomsday, which that movie was awful. So, reminding us of that isn't a good way to start, but it got better from there. Thankfully, so it was alright.
It's in colour though, which is good.
Yeah,
the whole trailer's
also
in colour.
It's in the 4:3 aspect ratio, so I assume the movie will probably be like that, which is going to be a bit jarring. But I don't know. I
don't know.
I'm not going to get my knickers in a twist over it. It's it just kind of happens. That's just one of those things that's just kind of happening. Yeah, I don't really care. But go on.
Yeah, we get a lot of stuff from the nightmare scene in this trailer. We get that at the start. We get the Wonder Woman vision, the battle in Themyscira, obviously, with
more blood than before. Then
I think we need to praise Steppenwolf's appearance.
That's one thing I was going to get to. The designs for most of the characters look really good. The CGI is horrendous. I'm sorry. The CGI on every scene in this... Well, not every. 95% of the scenes in this trailer looks absolutely awful. At least in my
it doesn't
opinion.
Look great. I think the Steppenwolf stuff looks good. In terms of CGI as well. The Cyborg stuff doesn't.
Steppenwolf looks really he looks like a cartoon character to me. He looks like a PS3 game or something. I remember when the original cut came out, people were criticizing it for having really bad CGI, and this is slightly better, but that doesn't really say a whole lot.
The designs are just 10 times better, which helps, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but then if the CGI is bad, you're never going to really believe that they're there. For example, with Thanos or someone, which obviously I don't want to do the whole DC versus Marvel thing, but if you're talking CG characters, you look at someone like Thanos, so you look at the apes in Planet of the Apes or something, those are what I'd consider good CGI. So I don't know how a movie as big as this, about the Justice League, which is arguably, from a certain point of view, for certain people, bigger than the Avengers. I don't know how they kind of screwed up the CGI for that. But yeah, Darkseid looks a lot better in this trailer than he did in that first one with his armor. Same with Steppenwolf,
definitely.
I think he looks better.
Overall, the design for Darkseid's really good.
Just the CGI looks bad. That's the thing that's just annoying me.
I think the designs are very important with at least big characters, because we were talking about this last night when we mentioned X-Men, because Apocalypse's design was horrendous.
We were just casually talking about X-Men and then about how bad Apocalypse looks. So at least they got someone
at least they got the big bad of this sort of.
And the one thing I'm just over the moon about, which is one thing I hate that even the MCU did with Thanos, is that they didn't give him pupils in his eyes. I'm so happy they didn't do that. 'Cause, I don't like how with Thanos they gave him pupil. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's one of those design things that I'd like a lot more. If he didn't have, I guess, because they tried to humanize Thanos a bit, but Darkseid I assume is going to be a big bad monster.
I think I think that's the whole purpose with Darkseid, though.
Yeah. I guess. One thing I'm kind of that's why I liked that they gave him like no pupils. I just think it looks cool. But one thing I was kind of iffy on with his design, I wish he had a bit more blue on his armor instead of just being grey. I don't like how everything's like all grey. That's
the way he's going to shoot the movie, though, I reckon.
Yeah, because if BVS and Man of Steel are anything to go by, it's going to have that weird blue kind of hue over it, and it's going to have like a...
There's tints of blue.
Tints. Yeah, it's... not Darkseid there wasn't, I don't think. I think the whole arm is just grey and look blue in any way to me.
I think there is a little bit towards the bottom and the middle. Like, I'm looking at it now, there is a tiny bit, but it mostly looks like that sort of carbon black, greyish.
Yeah, which is the same colour as like everyone else, so I'm not the
But he is Darkseid in this scene, which is a good thing to mention. He's not Uxas, so that means we can assume that he's got the Omega laser beam thing.
Omega beam, yeah.
Yeah, and... he's got his armor, so I'm thinking that possibly we could see him fight the Justice League. Possibly,
I don't think so. If this is the Snyder cut that people have been begging for, then we're not going to see him fight the Justice League. Because the movie was, at least the original conception of a Snyder Cut, was based on Justice League Part 1 when there were 2 parts to it. Now that we're not going to get Justice League Part 2, either this is Justice League Part 1 and 2 mashed into one movie, and this isn't the Snyder Cut people have been asking for and have been claiming that it exists, or it is and we're not going to get an ending to it, which is kind of sad. But I don't know.
I don't know. I think that I have like a small theory that maybe this movie could like cause another one to be made.
I'm
like by Zack Snyder, and if it's good, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, if it's good, I mean, to be honest, for me, it's a win either way. If it's good, then I'm happy. I get a good movie. If it's bad, I can laugh at all the people who are acting like it was going to be the best thing, like on the planet.
I guess it's more content anyway.
We get a good review out of it as well.
Yeah,
so I guess
make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll definitely have that out like the day after it comes out. But with the Darkseid scene, we get his henchmen. They are famous characters in the comics. I don't know the name.
Oh, are you on about I don't remember the
Granny something. What is Granny something?
Granny Goodness or something like that.
I think so. And then I don't know the one of the
Desad, I think that was his name.
Yeah, I think that's then like New Gods or something. That's something to do with New Gods. I'm pretty sure.
I think Desad is. I remember he was like linked to that. I can't fully remember, to be honest.
I heard people talking about that. So then we see Steppenwolf like talking to Darkseid through like a hologram thing. More Steppenwolf action. Chops off a lady's arm. So this is officially going to be violent, I guess.
Stuff. Yeah, it is rated R, so I guess that's to be expected.
That's good though. I don't know. People are saying it's not going to be kid friendly, and Justice League is meant to be sort of for kids, but I'm not 100%.
I mean, you could make that case with half the characters, like Joker or Venom. Is like.
Actually,
Venom. You could make that case. I'd say Venom.
Yeah, you could make the case with Venom.
Carnage is like a different one, but I don't know. I feel like I'm fine with it. Like that Wolverine, even you said Wolverine's for kids, but they still made Logan, so I don't really care about that. But there's a few other scenes that we get as well. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff. Obviously, we see the scene from the original cut, but they were fighting in that sewer place. So I see that fight scene.
We can assume that that's still going to be in there. We see a lot more from Flash in this trailer.
Yeah,
like a lot of Flash.
I was about to say, yeah, with Iris, we see Iris, Flash saving Iris, which we got in one of the trailers from like when the original cut came out, but it wasn't in the actual movie. So
and we see him talking to his dad. Well, I assume it's his dad.
Yeah, that was from the original cut as well. There was one shot, I don't know where it came in the trailer, but it was like of Ray Fisher's when he was like Victor Stone, not Cyborg.
Oh, just standing there in like a starry background.
And oh my god, the green screen on that was like horrendous. It was so bad.
It does look a bit dodgy. Yeah,
really, really bad. So I don't know if that was a reshoot scene or what, but I don't know what's going on with the visual effects for this movie, because I mean, for as bad as it was, BBS had decent visual effects, sort of. Like, for the most part. I mean, parts of it looked really bad, but for the most part, it looked decent. So I don't know what's happened here. And I feel like that's the case with this as well. Some parts look decent, and then other parts just look horrendous. So I really don't know what's happened. It seems like they've just dropped the ball or something. I don't know. But
I feel like with this movie, like especially from the scenes that we've been getting, obviously because it's 4 hours, I feel like we're going to be getting a lot more from Cyborg and Flash. Like talking away from the visual effects and just a story. I feel like we're going to get a lot more development.
The way Ray Fisher's been talking, I hope we get more from Cyborg. He's been acting like he's the God's gift to cinema or something. So.
I reckon we are. I think that's why Ray Fisher's pushing this like a lot. Because I think Cyborg's character is going to be better developed in this movie than it was obviously in the original cut. And even Flash, like even from this trailer, you can tell we're probably going to get like a lot more from him.
As long as he's not as annoying and making stupid brunch jokes and stupid crap like that, it's horrible and that's
I don't think
really
Zack Snyder's going to do that though because of the serious tone of the movie. I think he will do like a little bit, but not much. It's going to be pretty
joyless in that sense, like in terms of like all the jokey and fun dialogue. It's not going to be like there's not going to be a whole lot there. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't mind as long as it's like a badass movie. I don't really care. But I mean,
there's a difference between it being like humorless and joyless. I feel like that's two very different things. Like for example, Logan's a movie that's like there's not a whole lot of humor in that, but it's still fun to watch. Whereas
there is a bit of humor, to be fair.
Yeah, a bit, but it's not like a lot, is it?
Yeah. I get what you mean. They don't try and force it on you. I feel like they could do a similar thing with this movie. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it depends though, because if Man of Steel and BVS or anything to go off, then I wouldn't be so sure. But yeah, we get a few other scenes as well that look decent. You know, the scene where Cyborg's in the nightmare part, which I mean, the CGI again was bad, but it looks decent enough. Not the CGI, like the actual scene looks like it's interesting.
I think when it actually comes like out, I don't think it'll look that bad. I think it looks this bad because of the trailer.
No, I don't buy that excuse at all. Because the movie comes out in a month. So you're telling me in a month they're going to fix it like that? That's not happening. Zack Snyder said the movie's finished as well. So yeah, no, I don't buy that excuse at all. It's coming out in a month and it's going to look like that, I think. It's like when people say that, like when games are coming out like a month before or like a few months before, they're like, oh, they can fix it, but that's probably not going to happen. So I don't really buy that.
I guess we'll just have to see, to be fair. But we do get stuff like we get the shot of the Batmobile or Bat Tank, whatever you want to call it. We can assume it's a Bat Tank in this universe because we've already got our weird, crappy Batmobile.
Yeah,
but
so I guess the Bat
from
Tank
the Dark Knight Returns, which is sick, and it looks exactly the same. So that's sick.
I've never been a huge fan of that design, but it's cool that it's there. I guess like it's interesting.
I mean, that's my favorite Batman. So that's my favorite Batman. My favorite like Batman storyline. That's my favorite
Batman story. Yeah, so it's good that that's there, but like again, the thing that's like kind of worrying me about this, which I keep coming back to, is BVS had an amazing second trailer, and that was like one of the best superhero movie trailers, and everything in BVS looks wise looked good. Like the suits look good. I mean, the Batmobile was a bit wonky, but we can ignore that. You know, the suits look good. Darkseid looked crap. Not Darkseid, sorry, Doomsday.
Not Darkseid, Doomsday.
Yeah.
He looked horrible.
Yeah, he looked awful. So I don't know. But that trailer, the second trailer before Doomsday was introduced, that movie looked amazing, and this movie looks pretty good from this trailer. So
let's hope it doesn't follow the same path. I guess.
Steps, yeah. Yeah.
Aside from that, it was just basically a couple of new things,
scenes, yeah.
And then most of the we get a bit of that, and then it's mostly just some of the scenes from the first movie, maybe like not even shot in a different way. It's basically the same scenes.
Yeah, just the same scenes pretty much. Yeah, there's like a few different angles maybe, but aside from that, it's mostly the same from the original cut. But then
we get the big scene at the end. Well, not big, but
it's big for fans, I guess, because
it's decent. To be fair, it was a good scene. I liked it.
They brought the meme to life, the "We Live in a Society" meme, which everyone was like. I mean, I don't know why. Like, or how they even did. I guess maybe that's like a reshoot scene, I suppose.
Apparently all the stuff with Joker is reshoot.
Yeah, so that stuff was added afterwards then, so he wouldn't have been in the original Snyder Cut if it came out in 2017, probably.
Yeah.
But, we see him there, and he says, we live in a society where honor, what did he say? Where honor no longer matters, or something like that.
Yeah. Isn't that right, Batman?
Isn't that right, Batman? And then the way he's talking and the way he looks like that like 5 seconds was better than anything he ever did in Suicide Squad.
It looks so much better. It looks so much better.
And he sounds so much better as well. Hopefully we don't get any more of the again with the stupid laughing where he sounds like he's choking on.
And even with Jared Leto, I feel like he's a decent actor as well. So
he's not.
Don't disgrace his name like that. You know what I mean? Like don't.
Especially with Suicide Squad, that was.
He sounded a lot better, and he also looked a lot better. 100%. So
hopefully we get we get a better Joker. We don't get any more honker.
I feel like we will because I think that Joker in the Suicide Squad was just like that's like completely like
that's not even the Joker.
That's like a polar opposite of what Zack Snyder wants
weird,
out of this
goth character. Yeah,
and
I hope
like
that he's not like
a better Joker.
One thing I'm a little bit scared of though, because it is Zack Snyder, that he's not going to make the Joker insane. He's just going to be like, he's not going to be laughing or like smiling or anything. He's just going to be like all gloomy, and which that's not really the Joker's character for the most part. I mean, obviously we
don't even know how much we're going to see of him at this point because there's rumors that it's just that one scene.
Yeah, so
which is if it is, I'm kind of disappointed that they showed it on the trailer.
He was wearing the SWAT suit, which is different to the suit that was in the picture that we got. So
the promo pictures. So yeah,
so I don't know.
I've seen a few theories. This is I think we've come to the end of the trailer, so we can just talk about theory parts, I guess. I've seen one theory of is it in Arkham Knight where the Joker's like a vision to Batman?
Yeah, I saw that.
I've seen the theory where it's going to be like that. Yeah.
That's what I saw as well. Yeah, where he's going to be like a vision to Batman. I don't know. I don't mind
that. I don't mind. I feel like that'd be okay.
I wouldn't mind if they did that, but I don't think they will because obviously. Aside from like a few seconds in Suicide Squad, which isn't even really like a encounter, this version of Batman and this version of Joker haven't really encountered each other properly yet. So I think now that Zack Snyder's got the opportunity to do that, he'll take it. So.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he'll do it well.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that's not bad. I think
there's a lot of things that they could go on with that Joker and the Nightmare stuff. Like I said, my main theory is I think the second half of the movie is going to be in the Nightmare like world. That's what I think.
So I guess. We could go over that. You were saying, which I was like, yeah, that sounds plausible. That the first half of the movie will mostly be the same. There'll probably be like differences in the story, and they might flesh things out a bit more. For the most part, it'll be the same. And then, except for the ending, where they'll lose in the end to Steppenwolf or Darkseid, whoever comes, I guess. And then they'll have a scene where they flash forward, and then we'll be in the nightmare sequence for the second half of the movie, and then that would be the way they win.
And
they
then
win during the nightmare
most
sequence.
likely the villain's going to be Superman in the second half of the movie.
That Superman is the villain.
Because if we're taking it from the nightmare sequence in BVS, then it's I think that's what's going to happen. And obviously
that just makes me sad that Superman is like. I think that this whole thing is Injustice's fault, because Injustice was the first thing that like kind of made this whole.
Yeah, but I think Injustice did it okay. I like the story for the first Injustice. Like when I was young, at least
I never liked evil Superman as like a concept. I just think that's like dumb. Like I feel like that just goes against everything. Goes against everything the character sort of stands for, like the point of the character, at least to me. I don't know.
I guess like it happens for certain reasons, like in Injustice, because Lois was killed and his son was killed before he was even born. So it's like I guess it shows the more human side of him. That like obviously. He's not human, but he has got like human aspects to him at the end of the day.
I feel like there's more like easier or like different ways to do that, like turning him completely evil. But if this is the like path they want to take with it, I guess, then
not gonna lie, I'd rather see the Justice League fight Darkseid like together than the Superman turn evil and then Batman Joker team up to take him down. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, I'd much rather see them fight Darkseid, because I feel like that was where it was sort of going. Where they got Doomsday out of the way, they completely rushed and butchered that character. But if they bring Darkseid in, then Superman could fight him and then potentially beat him, and then that would be the end of his arc, I guess. Maybe that would introduce joyful, happy Superman, which we don't get to see because Zack Snyder doesn't like making happy things. I guess that's it. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say on it, though. I thought that it was a decent trailer, bad CGI. The movie should be alright, I hope. Unless it's like BVS, it'll be crap, or it could take the Man of Steel route and then be somewhat okay, but just a bit boring. Or it could be great. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be boring. Like if you see Joker in the movie, I don't think it's going to be boring.
Yeah, well, I mean, Superman Man of Steel had that one flight scene with Superman, which is good, and then the rest of it was boring. So I mean. I thought Man of Steel was a decent movie, to be fair. And we have different opinions on that movie, but yeah, I never really liked Man of Steel, but I don't know. Who knows?
I really think either way, it should be fun.
At this point, the amount people have talked about it, I just want to watch this thing and get it out the way and hope that it's good. That's like the point I'm at now.
So March 18th, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess we'll probably have a review out probably on like the next day or
19th or 20th.
I mean, the thing's like 4 hours, so I mean, we
got a lot to go through, so bear with us, I guess. And so, it's probably going to be a long one. It's probably going to be a long one.
Yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, so, that's probably about it. We're very excited. I'm excited anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
I mean, being in lockdown, I think it's easy to get excited about most things these days.
If you get a new movie these days, it's a miracle. So I mean, if not, I'll take anything I can get now. But I guess that's about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop it a like so it gets shared around YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Check out our Instagram, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.